wasn't that fun watching me struggle for a few minutes pushing this heap down the lane. I think we're going to start working on my Henry J tonight. That's the plan anyway. I just got back from the car wash washing the old 55 Pontiac. Looks kind of not too bad in all of its primer glorious under the old car wash. But I think tonight's goal is to start cutting up the firewall. I'm going to start making braces to support the body. So these have got to go, and that's kind of what's holding up the front of the car. So yeah, my goal is when this is all said and done to make it look like a late 60s, early 70s or whatever gasser. But that's the plan anyway. Like I think nowadays everybody calls everything gassers, but like people call this thing a gasser. I kind of disagree because it just has coil springs and stock suspension and whatnot. But to me it's just a hot rod. From what I've been told and whatnot, and I don't pay too close attention, but a gasser, the crankshaft should be 24 inches to the ground. That's, you know, generally what I've heard or whatnot. I really don't care. I'm going to build it the way I want to build it. And if you don't like it, tough. But anyway, I think the goal tonight is to cut the firewall, make some braces, and start doing that. I got to talk to Boog about buying some sheet metal. I know that's jumped up in price. So he can get a pretty good deal through his work, so I'm going to see about getting another sheet because I'm going to need it. And yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see this thing tucked in underneath and you know, looking pretty badass. Chris originally wanted me to go almost to the front of the windshield, but I'm like, that's a little eccentric. That's going to be the word of the day. So yeah, I think I'm going to get rocking and rolling and start working. I guess I got to push it back that way. Alrighty, we'll be back in a minute. Hope you didn't mind me blabbing about this. Leave a comment, good or bad, you know. I'd like to hear from you guys. See you in a few minutes. It rolls easy. Yeah. Back in a minute. Yeah, I finally started driving this thing tonight. Probably take it to work tomorrow, start driving it. It's a fun car. All I gotta say is 4 speeds are fun. So yeah, I'm gonna start masking this out and start figuring it out. So should be back in a minute. Well, it's kind of like arts and crafts here right now. Made this fancy little template with a little swoopy thing or whatever that kind of follows that, sort of. That way I've got my straight lines. And then I just reverse it 180, and then it does this side. So all I'm going to do is cut right there, and then just underneath there. I've also made, just out of scraps there, some angles and some 45s that I'm going to go underneath the frame rail and underneath the rocker. Then I'll just put another little support up to the frame there. That way it'll be a lot stronger than these guys, what they're doing. So that way it'll just kind of also hold everything where it's got to go for right now. So yeah, it's kind of like a little arts and craft. I think it's about 9:30ish or so. I'm going to call it quits, get cleaned up. 5 o'clock comes pretty early for those that have to get up. So yeah, also I kind of shit the bed. I'm filming this with my phone because I thought both GoPros were either Derek's and Chris's. And no, right there. So I was doing it with my phone, and that's kind of whack, but whatever. So anyway, made a little bit of strides tonight. I think I probably won't be back at it for a day or so. But anyway, it's coming along, and in the next few days it should start looking like something, and then I can cut the firewall, start making some braces again, put the motor back in, see where I like it. And then I was able to go up in the loft of the barn, and I found my clutch and brake pedal assembly that I'm going to be using for that. It's going to have to be heavily modified, but it'll be worth it. So anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's been a long enough day. 5 o'clock comes early, and we'll see you in a day or two. I'm out of here. So I just got home tonight from work. So I think tonight's goal is I'm going to start welding up those little brackets and weld them into the frame, and maybe start cutting this out. It's actually quite nice out, so who knows, I might play hooky and maybe go for a bike ride tonight instead, but maybe I'll do something because I do feel kind of guilty not doing anything. Just came home for a ride in the old Pontiac now, so fun little car to drive, really enjoy it. But anyway, I just came home and went in the garage, and there was a nice little surprise somebody dropped off today. It was a nice little bench grinder. And I do believe it was from Gerald Shattuck from Stony. That was really nice of him. And then I also realized that I was going to weld those up, but I'm out of wire. Great. But luckily enough, I got another spool that I bought a little while ago, so I'll change that out and quickly weld those things up and kind of make it look like I'm doing something or get something accomplished soon. But yeah, I'm thinking it might be an early night and maybe I'll go for a bike ride. We'll see. Or go for a ride in the old Pontiac again. I know people have been asking about footage on that old turd, so one of these days. Sure, pretty cool looking car. Old 55 Pontiac. Anyway, I guess I'll go change out that wire. And yeah, we'll get back to it and I'll be back in a minute. You guys probably know how to do that, so probably don't need to film that. So back in a minute. All right, welder's good to go. Took a couple attempts. You know how it goes, they unspool. There's the aftermath of it all. There's one mount already welded up with some all right welds, I guess. It should hold. So yeah, I guess I'll hook this one up. I just tacked it to make sure it's gonna fit the car. So I'm gonna set it up and start welding it here in a second, and then we'll drag the welder out, I guess, and weld these mounts to the car. Then maybe we'll start cutting. Back in a second. But yeah, whoever's, you know, you guys can relate about changing these wires out, how the wire just goes everywhere and bah. It's like twing. Anyway, back in a minute. Start welding this stuff up. Okay. Turn on the gas. Good, we'll call that good. Shut the old gas off. And yes, I know I should probably be wearing the proper jacket and whatnot, but there. That should hold up that little Henry J. So yeah, maybe I'll let this run for a minute, cool off, and then drag it out and we'll start welding to the car. So. Well then, as you can see, my little gussets are welded in, just tack welded to the rocker there too a little bit, but it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to hold the body up. This side's all welded in, same thing. Shape the car, and it's pretty darn solid. I think that's probably way solider than these guys. So I think the next thing is I'm going to bolt the front body mounts and start hacking. And like I said, whether maybe I'll see about, maybe I'll hook this guy back up to the cherry picker and see about how far I can put it in. So yeah, let me get a disc grinder and get this all set up, and yeah, we'll start hacking. Big moment. If I screw it up, well, you know what, it's only metal, it can be remade. And for what I'm doing, I think what I've figured out should possibly work. Like I said, if not, it's just metal, we can put more in. All right, back in a minute. I gotta go find a grinder. All right, let's get cutting. The only face shield I have is this one, and I can hardly even see through it, so it'll probably do more harm than good. Yeah, we'll just be careful. Time for the main event. time for a new disc. It's just not deep enough to go in. So we'll get a new disc. Almost loose. Alright. I think I'll just unbolt those guys. And yeah, we'll be back. Alright guys, one more little snip. And yeah, this firewall is ready to come out. And voila, she's out. Like I said, I'm going to just be saving the front body mounts, and the rest is going to be garbage. Won't throw it out just yet. There's a big effing hole right there. Dang, no turning back now. So I think maybe tonight, what I think my next, I just noticed there's plywood there. For my next thing is I'll grab the cherry picker out and try to set the motor back and see realistically how far we can go back here and whatnot, and set up with the header. So we'll be back in a minute. Man, nervous now. Yikes. That's a big effing hole. Holy crap. Oh well, nothing we can't fix. Back in a minute. I gotta start cleaning up some stuff and get the cherry picker out of here by myself. I don't even know where that is, by the way. Is it even here? Oh, yeah, it's in the garage. Okay, as you can see, I got the motor kind of mocked up. I've moved it back about 3.5, maybe almost 4 inches. Judging by the gentleman I bought off, he made these mounts here, and it's about 3.5, 4 inches there, but I think I might have to go back a little bit more. I've realized that I'm going to say this is probably the center. I'm off about an inch or so, so I got to move the engine over because I'm having problems with fitment for the headers. Not that I expected that they're going to fit just perfectly, but I've got room on that side and no room on this side, so I'll probably just get the cherry picker and move it over a little bit. And I got to cut out that little bit of the floor there. I had to do it to that side there for the header, so it's not a big deal. I think I might do that. So yeah, and you can actually, with the engine where it is, you can actually put a distributor in still. You got to take the cap off, but whatever. The distributor will go in, so that's a bonus. But I'm thinking about probably about another inch back or so. And I'll be happy because I kind of just mocked up the front cradle for the rad, and I've got room, but I'd like to about another inch or so. So I'll also have to be probably running an electric fan. We'll see anyway. But yeah, it's starting to look like something. I'll even have room for a fuel pump. I was kind of worried about that, but I think I'll be fine. So yeah, it's just got to be moved over about an inch, a little over or so, whatever. But yeah, we'll get there. And then I just realized like I'm gonna have problems. I got to run for my master cylinder right there. That's going to be tight. So, but I think what the first things first is get everything squared up, and we'll put the make tabs for the engine where it's got to be. Then I can start making my firewall and all that. This is what I'm going to try to do. So it's going to have to be heavily modified. The clutch and brake pedal. That's out of a 60 Chevy that I had before it got stolen when I was think about 13 years old. It was a project that I was given to me by the old man, and somebody stole it, but I did rob some parts off before it went. So that's one of the last pieces I have of the truck, so I figure I'm going to try to make that thing work. But yeah, I think it's pretty badass. Everything should be going all right. I was going to grab the fenders and mock the fenders up and see what's what, but I think I might just leave this video at this, but because I don't really feel like moving things over tonight, and it's getting to be about 8:30 or so, 9 o'clock. And I haven't had supper yet. But yeah, it's looking pretty badass. Some big old funky looking headers. I think those are Chevy 2 headers. So, but yeah, you can see right here where it's kind of sort of starting to rub there. So I got to cut this out just to be safe. And yeah, looking pretty snazzy. I know everybody says a tunnel round would be good and everything like that. And who knows, one day. But the engine that I have in the garage, I won't be running at one on. But never know, one day. I was going to mock one up here just to see. But if I do that, I mean, I know for a fact I'm going to have to cut all this out, and I really don't want to be honest. So yeah. a million little steps. And for those people that probably think that this car isn't going to happen, oh, it will. I promise you. Heck yeah. Also, these stupid things. These are like the worst tools ever, as far as I'm concerned. Hard to move around by yourself. They just don't roll worth a darn. Ugh. But got the job done. Man, this is a win. So I think I'm probably going to leave this video on a little note like this. Kind of a win, whatever. Pat on the back. Oh yeah, should have went like this, and then be like, burn, burn, burn. Anyway, I think I'm just rambling. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I think I'm going to make supper and clean up and whatnot. So remember, like, share, subscribe, and there's going to be a lot of videos coming along. So like I said, the next one I'll probably start building the motor mounts and doing the firewall. Bug, I'm going to need a sheet of steel. See you on the next one. Adios. Okay, so I lied to you guys. I couldn't just leave well enough alone tonight. I wanted to mock up the front sheet metal again just to see what the headers look like. Not gonna lie, it's kind of disappointed. I was hoping they were gonna be more right here-ish, but like I said, I still gotta cut that part out there because it's just gonna be in the way. But yeah, not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping more of a visual effect when you see them in wheel wells there. But I guess that'll be all right, but it's not what I was hoping for, but oh well. Sure looking like something anyway. My opinion, like I said, this is a gasser. This is just the hot rod. Pretty darn looking, neat looking hot rod. But yeah. This is where I'm definitely going to leave it as an ending, folks. So remember, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, a good one. There will be many, many more videos of this heap coming along. Oh, and yeah, hi, Jim. I know you're watching, hopefully. So, like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one, guys. Man, that's a good-looking car, at least in my opinion. And bike's not too shabby either. But anyway, have a good one, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.